The morning sun barely crested the rooftops when Lisa's voice tore through the quiet cul-de-sac like a fire alarm, shrill and unyielding, bouncing off fences and sending sparrows scattering. She stood in her lime green sun hat, a sash proclaiming Queen of Unity draped over her shoulders, staring into the dry, empty pit where my pool used to shimmer. Around her, a chaotic scene froze. Folding chairs, wilting balloons, and a baffled DJ scratching his head in someone else's backyard. My backyard. I sipped my iced coffee, rocking gently on my porch swing, and called out, just loud enough, maintenance. Lisa should have checked with me first. Her face twisted, eyes wide with fury, as the summer splash bash she'd hyped to half the neighborhood without my permission crumbled before a single kid could jump in. But to understand how we got here, how Lisa's empire of clipboards and lies imploded over my private pool, we need to rewind. 3 days. I'd moved to this sleepy suburb 9 months ago, trading city stress for a quiet life. My house, perched at the end of a cul-de-sac, came with a wide lot, a tall fence, and a custom-built in-ground pool that gleamed like a sapphire. No HOA by design. I wanted to grill burgers at midnight or swim under the stars without a rule book. What I didn't count on was Lisa, the neighborhood's unofficial dictator, who didn't need a title to act like she owned the place. She lived 3 doors down and introduced herself with a 4-page community standards packet, handed over like it was holy scripture. It listed nonsense, like approved mailbox colors, and a ban on tacky lawn ornaments. I told her my property wasn't under HOA control. She blinked, smiled tightly, and said, "If you want to fit in, you'll play along." I thought that was the end of it. I was wrong. Lisa's campaign started small. She caught me watering my lawn and commented that my roses were a touch too wild. A month later, she measured my fence with a tape measure, muttering about sightline violations. When I mowed the lawn shirtless on a 90-degree day, she left a note suggesting, "Modesty benefits the community." I ignored her, but then she saw the pool. I'd finished it in May, complete with smooth concrete, crystal clear water, and LED lights that glowed at night. I was proud, maybe too proud. I posted a photo on the neighborhood's Facebook group. "Pool's done, summer's here." Within hours, Lisa knocked on my door, clipboard in hand, her smile sharp as a knife. "I have a brilliant idea, Tom," she began. She wanted my pool open to the neighborhood for holidays and community events, pitching it like I'd be the town hero. She even called it my chance to shine. I asked if she was joking. She wasn't. "The kids need this," she insisted. When I said no, her eyes narrowed, and she walked away with a nod that screamed trouble. The next day, glossy flyers flooded every mailbox. "Lisa's Summer Splash Bash," they read, promising generous use of our neighbor Tom's community pool. My phone buzzed with texts, half thanking me, half RSVPing. One guy asked if he could bring his inflatable shark. I was livid. I marched to Lisa's house, flyer in hand, and found her hanging star-spangled bunting on her porch. "Oh, Tom, I thought you'd come around," she said, feigning surprise. "It's good for your reputation to share." I reminded her I wasn't in the HOA. She leaned in, voice low. "It's not about ownership, Tom. It's about belonging." I walked away, fuming, but the damage was done. Neighbors texted about bringing coolers. Someone asked if their dog could wear floaties. Lisa had hijacked my pool, my name, and my peace, turning me into her prop. I called the city. My property was zoned private. No public access required. A restraining order? Premature, they said. I taped legal documents to my fence, stating my rights. Lisa tore them down and replaced them with a sign. "Splash Bash Prep." "Thanks, Tom." I caught her on my security camera, bold as daylight. That's when I snapped, not with anger, but with cold, clear resolve. I texted my pool contractor. Could it be drained safely? Yes. Quickly? Yes. Legally? Absolutely. So I waited, letting Lisa build her fantasy while I planned her downfall. The morning of the party, as food trucks rolled in and the DJ tested his speakers, I flipped the drainage valve. By 10 a.m., the pool was a dusty crater. And Lisa's scream? That was my reward. But she didn't stop there. A group text went out to the neighborhood titled, Splash Bash Misunderstanding. Lisa claimed I backed out last minute due to a maintenance issue, wishing me healing. My name appeared 8 times, each one abruptly. Neighbors texted asking if my pool was vandalized or if I needed help refilling it. I didn't reply. Instead, I reviewed my security footage. Lisa had trespassed 5 times. Measuring my fence, photographing my pool, stapling flyers, removing my notices, even using my garden rake to prop up her banner. I took the evidence to the police. Officer Dan, who knew Lisa from her endless complaints about unauthorized Christmas lights, sighed. She's a nuisance, not a criminal, he said. Unless she escalates, it's hard to act. I nodded. Escalation was Lisa's specialty. That night, a new neighbor, Sarah, messaged me. She'd moved in last year and faced Lisa's wrath when she refused to host a community picnic in her yard. Lisa retaliated by spreading rumors about Sarah's toxic soil, forcing her to test her dog's health twice. She picks a target, Sarah wrote, claims what's theirs, and twists the story. I realized Lisa wasn't just annoying, she was a predator, bending reality until her lies felt like truth. I compiled everything. Property deeds, zoning laws, footage, texts, flyers. My lawyer, who'd handled the shady contractor for me before, called it a strong case for trespassing, but said I'd need more for harassment. Unless something bigger happens, he warned. I filed that away. Lisa wasn't done. New flyers appeared, rebranding her failed bash as a neighborhood unity fest, vague but dripping with pool imagery. Then she knocked on my door, burnt oatmeal cookies in hand, and a brittle smile. Let's move past this, Tom, she said. I told her my pool was private now and forever. Her eyes flashed. Refusing community spirit looks bad, Tom. Reputations don't recover easily. I set the cookies on my porch rail, pulled out my phone, and filmed myself tossing them in the trash. I posted the clip online with the caption, Neighbor tries to bribe me after stealing my pool for her fake party. It went viral. Neighbors piled on, sharing their own Lisa stories. She'd used someone's hose without asking, claimed another neighbor's mailbox was public property. Her community leader mask cracked. The 4th of July arrived, and Lisa tried again. Catering vans parked in my driveway until I sent them away. Her backyard, packed with chairs and a make-a-splash banner, had no water in sight. Guests milled about, confused, as the DJ played to an empty dance floor. By noon, Lisa stormed up my driveway, her patriotic shawl flapping in the wind. You've made your point, Tom, she snapped, but this pettiness hurts everyone. You lied to them, I replied. You invited 50 people to my property without asking. She trembled, voice low. You can't keep winning. I laughed. You're the one writing the villain script. What she didn't know was that I'd recorded her outburst, another piece of my growing case, and then it all unraveled. Guests left in droves, muttering about false promises. The food truck stopped serving when Lisa couldn't pay. Deputy Maria, who'd already seen my footage, rolled up in her cruiser. Ma'am, she told Lisa, you've made false claims and caused a safety issue. This is your warning. Next time, it's legal action. Lisa sputtered, her face a mix of shock and shame. Her banner fell. A kid kicked over a soda cup. As Maria drove off, Lisa shot me a look of pure venom, but her throne? Gone. Just a yard of warm lemonade and broken dreams. Lisa tried one last gambit, a redemption picnic in her yard, with banners screaming, starting fresh. She thanked me in the fine print, implying I'd endorsed her. Neighbors called, thinking I'd forgiven her. I didn't attend, but I watched from my fence. Her speech about forgiveness fell flat. A teen dropped off a burger she'd sent, extra ketchup. I trashed it, unopened. A video of her speech leaked online, painting her as a martyr. But my cookie toss clip resurfaced, and the comments tore her apart. Neighbors shared more stories. Lisa finding someone for a misplaced shrub, taking credit for a fundraiser. She skipped. Her lies were exposed, not by me, but by the community she'd tried to control. I built something better. A sign by my driveway read, "Private pool, peace, not parties." I invited neighbors for coffee on Sundays. No RSVPs, just talk about life. The first week 4 came, then 10. Then we ran out of chairs. Lisa never showed. She avoided my street, her sunglasses hiding her eyes. But she wasn't gone. A month later, I caught her collecting signatures for a community access committee, a slimy move to control properties like mine. I called a friend in City Hall. He said it was a long shot, but dangerous, if neighbors bought her pitch. So I hosted a transparency brunch. I laid out Lisa's lies, documents, footage, flyers, dates. 30 neighbors came. 31 signed my petition to protect private property. I sent it to the HOA, who shelved Lisa's plan on the spot. A week later, Lisa left a box of pool floaties on my porch with a note, "The community's ready when you are." I donated them to a park. Her yard grew quiet. Her garden gnomes tilted in defeat. A letter from the HOA confirmed Lisa had quit all roles. Kids biked freely again. Grills sizzled. The air changed. One night, a daisy appeared by my pool gate. No note. It wasn't an apology, just Lisa's silence. I buried it under a tree. Spring brought a final gift. Caution tape and a note. "You won't need this. I'm done." I believed her, not because she meant it, but because the neighborhood had changed. They saw her now. They saw everything. They saw the fake flyers, the trespassing, the way she weaponized community. And they chose something else. They chose boundaries. Respect. They chose Sunday coffee over splash bashes. Not everyone gets a clean ending with a bow, but sometimes silence is the apology. And sometimes the best revenge is just refusing to be a victim. Moral of the story: respecting boundaries is the foundation of true community. No amount of fake unity or manipulation can replace honest consent and personal ownership. When people stand firm with integrity, even against social pressure, they not only protect their peace, they inspire others to do the same. Entitlement may be loud, but quiet strength always outlasts it.